All right, so we are back. Torture room, torture gym, I'm sorry, not torture room. That's something completely different. That guy actually comes here too. But, torture gym, another push session, push. I always stutter when I put those two words. Did you ever notice that? When I say them fast, like push session, like it just doesn't come out right. Push session. So we're gonna start here with this pec deck. It's just a little different angle than the one I would normally do over there. So again, we're gonna do a couple warm-up sets. Work up to like 1 to 2 top sets, 12 to 15 reps. And then might do some dumbbell. Or Smith today, I'm not sure. I don't know, I feel like some reps in reserve training can be very beneficial than going to ultimate failure sometimes. I have the size, right? So training to failure is good, I believe, once in a while, but I'm also here for the longevity. So doing, maybe an extra set of something rather than pushing one set to the ultimate, sometimes isn't a bad thing. You're also just not killing yourself during training in terms of fatigue. But I do believe you have to know what failure feels like in order to know kind of what a rep in reserve feels like. So if I feel like you have to train to that level to be able to train at this level. Do my working set there. So people really, I think, underestimate the power of reps in reserve. And no, doesn't mean I'm gonna make walkers totally changing. Oh no. I still believe in training to failure. But I think, utilizing reps in reserve can also be beneficial in terms of growth. Because I feel like sometimes if you push the body too much and train to failure too often, you're just fatiguing the body more, not necessarily giving the rest your body truly needs, which is where reps in reserve come into play, where instead of doing maybe 1 or 2 sets of failure, maybe do 3 sets of 12. But each rep, this is where you have to be really in tune with the muscle. Each rep it's not easy. It's not like the intensity might not be as high normally, but that's where you make up the volume. But that doesn't mean the intensity in terms of rep execution changes. And sometimes I feel, even though it's less fatiguing, the more you can put the muscle under tension, it makes more sense that it could lead to more growth. Quicker recovery, you hit it again. That's where the frequency comes in. But you have to learn, I think, how to be really in tune with the muscle. You have to know, again, what failure feels like to get to this point, And I believe Jay Cutler trained this way. I think he was like very, very high volume. But the way I'm training is it doesn't change in terms of controlling the negative. Slight pause, forcing. That's not changing. I'm not like, but when you're able to train in this style, I think it helps keep cortisol a little lower, helps with inflammation being a little lower, and you're able to train a little more frequent. And I just think that over time leads to better longevity, could lead to more growth. Because, I don't want to play the science route because I'm not a huge science guy because everyone's different, but science does claim you don't need to train to the ultimate failure every time to get results, And for all I know, that could have been the reason why my upper body is bigger than my lower body. I've learned how to train upper body, and I feel like I push legs maybe a little too hard, and they don't recover fast enough, which in their return, they don't grow fast enough. So that was the first working set there. I felt pretty good. So we'll stay at that weight. Again, it wasn't the ultimate failure. Probably had to get another 2 to 3 in there. But again, control the negatives. You guys understand as well. When you train with such control and that negative is so slow. First of all, that's the most taxing part of training is the negative, the eccentric rep. So imagine taking that to failure. Training that way every fucking workout. Sounds, cool, right, to a degree, but it eventually will backfire. So you're training so slow. Squeeze, pause, full stretch. You don't always have to go to failure. Train good and feel good. But also no rest periods. I want to match this if I can. So it's okay to take a little bit of a longer rest period just to get that done. And people are like, oh, you're not gonna grow. You'll have those guys. Bitch, look at me. That's really all I gotta say. If I can grow just fine, so can you. Thanks. So I didn't match it. Got 10 reps there, so that's okay. I think I'll do one more set here. People, and I also think people underestimate fly movements in terms they don't think, you know, you can gain size with flies. Kind of rhyme, size with flies. But you can. It's like saying, you know, you can't get big shoulders doing side laterals. I haven't done a shoulder press in a very long time, really. And I feel like my shoulders have gotten even bigger. The thing with flies is they create that really, really deep stretch. And if you're able to master that, I mean, think about it, if you're doing flies the correct way, 9 times out of 10, they'll give you a bigger pump than any press would. That's just my opinion. Okay, that's good there. Big pump. Now move on to incline dumbbell. Oh, come on. Even when I do this, you can see I'm actually kind of tilting them downward a little bit. For me, when I do that, I feel like I contract a little more at the top. And then I, still try to get that deep stretch pause and then just explode up. Really just, again, everything in the chest. We'll keep the reps a little bit lower, like 8 to 10 on this, a couple sets. These are kind of big dumbbells, so I don't know how I'll be able to stretch them.
Find out.
Okay, here we go. A little heavier. Well, because now what I did was to get the bigger stretch, kind of went a little wider instead of like trying to force down here. Kind of went out more. It's okay. It was good. 6 reps is low, but again, doing it in this fashion, you're still going to create a lot of stimulus. 6 reps is about as low as I would go just for overall stimulus for period. I know I said I don't have to go lower than 10, so I might lower that a little bit, but in terms of stimulus, I would not go lower than 6. Okay. So with a little lighter, see if we can get at least 10 reps here. Okay. Woo! Okay, now third, pretty much final chest movement here. We're gonna do this chest press machine. Sorry, I started again. Chest press machine. Kind of just gonna get into it. At this point, the chest should be fairly warmed, so not much warming up you need to do. I might need to go. I'll see how this feels. One warm up. We'll see. What I like about this one is it closes in, so that's cool. That was a good pump there. Oh, shoulder time. Shoulder time. It's that lateral time. Oh. Woo. So about 15 reps there. That feels good. This is a good machine. The cedar one I normally use is good too. But this is good. This is comparison to the Atlantis side lateral raise, which is also really good. So I love this type of shoulder machine. So I'm happy they have this one here for sure. Oh, that's good. Oh. It's about 2 sets there. It's about 15 reps on both. Second set definitely got a little harder, so that's good. Again, I feel like that's good enough. Now we'll move on to another side lateral. We'll do cable. We'll go to the one in the corner. What I like to do with this one, because it has a chest pad, I kind of like to lean on it and then really go like that. And it just keeps you so locked in and engaged on the side delt. Burns. Oh shit. Hey. Run. Run. Ooh. That's a burner. Oh, that's a good burner. Can't even raise. That's pumped. Oh. I would normally sub at 2, but I'll do one more. I liked it. Tricep time. Good pump. We'll switch it up actually. We'll do some skull crusher and then smooth. Alright, so those are the two exercises I mainly do for shoulder. I always normally do 2 side delts. But I might start incorporating like maybe 1 press, 1 side, or like, 1 side, 1 front. I just think, when it comes to side delts, they can never be too big, in my opinion. And I like to keep rear delts now with back. I just like, rear delts could be part of shoulders. So if you train one shoulder, it's completely fine, in my opinion. But for me, it's like, it's part of the back. So if I want to do back, I'll just, hit rear delts with it too. And I just think that's beneficial to a degree. I don't really train traps directly because I do feel like doing the side laterals really high, even though it really targets the side laterals really well. I do think no matter what, you're going to incorporate a little bit of trap in there. So I don't think, I need to directly hit traps. I've actually never hit traps probably for a couple years, to be honest. And I don't think it hinders me at all. So it's even like triceps, I probably could stop training them. I think my ones have gotten bigger, to be honest, the less that I've actually trained them to be. So I just think it's one of those things, and I keep preaching it. The moment you're able to be so in tune and connect with the muscle so well, you can get away with training a lot less. I've been doing this my whole training a lot less in terms of sets and even intensity a little bit. And I feel like I progress a lot more. Now, like I said earlier, in terms of the intensity, it's not that I train less intense as far as rep execution. I think that matters most. What I mean by maybe not as intense is as far as taking a set to the ultimate extreme failure, where say you hit like 15 reps on a leg press, and now you're resting like 5 seconds, breathing your fucking heart out, and then you try to get more. When I'm done, I'm done. But I think that benefits me more because of how the rep execution is, as far as how slow I go, the pause, the way I can feel it exploding up. When you're able to connect that well, that's what matters more to me than seeing someone, trying to get 30 reps as if their life depended on it. Like, sometimes feel like that can backfire. Now, again, I know I preach this way because it sounds hypocritical, because in my earlier years, I was like balls to the wall trick. And I think that's okay being younger when your joints are fresh. Luckily, I don't have any joint pain, but I don't want to get to that point. I want to stay fresh. So training in this fashion, where I mainly am just focused on rep execution, I feel now in my career with the size that I have, and I've honestly only gotten bigger, it's just going to benefit my physique going forward in terms of longevity, in terms of freshness, the way I feel. And I think that's what matters. Like I said, if you're just starting out, I think you need to get down to the nitty gritties and have some fun. But when you get more knowledge, you get more experience, you know how to connect with a muscle a certain way, you know how to do this a certain way, you can truly benefit more connecting and just focusing on that rather than trying to push weight or how many reps am I going to get with this. Just connect with the muscle and let failure come to itself. And I think your physique will go a lot further. I feel good. So we got about 15 reps there. I haven't really done these in a long time, so I'm probably gonna stay this way. Hit it again for trying to go 12 to 15. We'll see how that goes. Ooh. Ooh. I'll do another set with that. That actually felt really good. I haven't done this in a while, so I wanted to, I don't want to go too heavy. That's good shit. I like that one. That was good. We did about 3 sets there. Now we're gonna go over to the tricep overhead. So I did an extra set here. We might just do one hard one there. Just really, connect well. We'll do a higher rep, like 15, 20. Really pump it out. It's true though, I feel like the less I train arms, the bigger they get. All right, so that'll be it. We did about 4 working sets for triceps, so that's plenty, honestly. We did about 7 working sets for chest, 5 working sets for shoulders. I think that's plenty. Then we'll hit it again in about 3 to 4 days and just keep it going like that. So yeah, I really feel like I talked a lot in this video, so hopefully, a lot of you guys can see kind of like where I began, where I'm at now, what I believe you should kind of start with versus when you get more experience, what you should go into. And yeah, I think this is the way training should go, especially when you get to the top of the ranks, right? You don't want to not train hard anymore, but you want to train smarter now, which means, like I said, maybe not going for that ultimate failure, but focusing more on rep execution rather than, trying to push out as many reps as you can. The more you're able to connect with a muscle, the better your odds are you'll feel, because you'll realize, oh shit, I don't know how to do as much as I thought. and your muscles will grow. And they'll probably end up looking better. You'll probably end up looking better. So yeah, the only thing Jared has yet to convince me on is deloads. I'd rather just not come. I'm gonna be honest. I've read up on it. I understand the purpose, but I'm also that guy where if I can't train, I'd rather just rest and maybe, focus on life shit for a deload. But like I said, if you're a fan of deloads, I'm all for it. But if you are, if you don't think, like for me, I don't know if I could actually deload. So if you're one of those people that don't think like, I can't come in here and deload, there is nothing wrong with taking, a few days off, a week off, whatever, and let your body chill and then come back and rip it. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's enough talking for today. So like, subscribe, and we'll see you for the next one.